Welcome back, Fluffs and non-Fluffs, to some more Digimon World Next Order. So off screen, I did a little bit of grinding to get to a new set of Digimon. The only thing that you really missed was Paildramon evolved into Angemon and then Mega Angemon, and obviously Omnishoutmon couldn't do anything. So our next set of Digimon was going to be Wormmon and Stingmon, which I did get. However, unfortunately, due to the offset and how far apart their rebirth was, I was unable to get Paildramon, which I really wanted to gun for. But we have a really strong Digimon, and we're going to go ahead and train Veemon up so that he can at least get to ExVeemon stats. Without further ado, we need to just go ahead and keep training. Let me actually show you the stats here. Partner. So, Wormmon eventually did evolve into Stingmon and then into Mega Kabuterimon, but as you see, the age discrepancy between the two has really done a number there. But you can see his stats are really good, so he's really strong at least, so he's going to help us power through a lot of the small training. We're getting Veemon up there. I did a little bit, but kind of stopped short of everything. We'll be doing this and then the Paildramon, and then that will pretty much finish the training. And by that time, he should be champion level and able to do the Wargroundmon. Attack skills, what do you know? Oh yeah, for some of the tamer skills, we did level up quite a lot from doing all the training. So some of the things I've got were the unlock the different commands. We got some of these skills to help within combat. So yeah, a lot of progress was made off screen, and I really wish that Stingmon didn't evolve into the Mega Kabuterimon, but it is what it is. I need to give Veemon some MP. Because he is out. There. So, we're going to continue grinding on these wolves here, just as we've done in the past, and should really go rather quickly. As you can see, frickin' is ridiculous in the damage department. That's why I'm really sad that I wasn't able to get them at the same time, because if I was, we would eventually have a very strong Paildramon. Which eventually leads into a very strong Imperialdramon, which then leads into a very stronger Paildramon fighter mode, which would have been really perfect for getting us through some of the type spot. Alright, let's do a quick fatigue rest, because Veemon is getting tuckered out. And we don't want him to get tuckered out. Rest an hour. That should hopefully reduce some of the good fatigue there. And prevents us from having to go off screen.
Okay, gather round.
Let's see. Do I have any of the... Yes, I do. Let's go.
Stop it.
There, fatigue was good. And give him some meat. Apparently, Veemon wants to be a little bitch and not take his food.
Time to eat.
Yep.
Time to eat.
Alright, cool. Let's fight the wolves again.
You're okay. Nice one.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
Keep your eyes open. Nice one.
This poor wolf is just getting majorly destroyed. And I missed the stat growth, so I need to keep going until he gets to like 2,000.
Keep your eyes open. Way to go.
Ding ding ding. Yeah. Okay, so still going strong. But yeah, I'm still really sad that Stingmon was achieved so early, because
Keep your eyes open.
having an Imperial Dramon would have been fantastic. Unfortunately, that means we just will have 2 really strong Digimon, but not an overwhelming one. It is what it is. It took maybe like 4 hours to recycle the Digimon and get them to an upper training level of what you're seeing right now, so that would have been needless overhead on a video if I didn't do it off screen. So sorry if you enjoy all that, but it is what it is. Wow. Hunk of meat. Now I am doing a little bit of settings tweaks as far as since I have the new capture card. The settings are going to be drastically different. On the bright side, you guys will get 4K content if you can actually stream it. On the downside, you guys get 4K content, so I feel like recording in that just because I like the high fidelity. But I gotta see what that is going to do to other things. A noticeable difference already of what I'm actually seeing is I actually have to use my TV now rather than the pass-through to the PC. On the simple fact of there's too much of a delay now with the new capture card. That causes... That causes too much of a delay of me actually being able to play naturally. I went by the instructions from Elgato and made sure that the millisecond delay that's available on OBS should actually be within time, and it does look pretty good in time as far as audio goes. So hopefully everything on that front is okay. Otherwise, there's going to be some problems there with how it looks and sounds. But 'tis the woes of getting a new capture card. Although, thankfully, so far, it hasn't had the issue that it has yet, as I said, where it where it was having issues with disconnecting and reconnecting. So that may have been signs of just a bad capture card, but let's see. No. I'm hoping that this episode I can just get Veemon up to the standards of
Keep your eyes open.
just going to head. Let's give him the large. I'm hoping I can get him to the point of just being able to take on the Groundmon and such, but it is unfortunate still. I really am so pissed that it took that long to kill off Seraphimon in order to get Veemon too.
Ready?
In order to get Veemon, but wrong item. They need the port bodies. Boom boom.
Ready?
Yeah, I am going to just go ahead and prematurely go on over to the modded cape to start training on the Paildramon there. Kabuterimon is more than enough to facilitate the training there. Let's see, mod cape. We're on our way. Let's get some more of these. The deep sea essences are really good at reducing fatigue, so you'll be seeing me buy a lot of those. And might as well collect this because I need those. I'm trying to figure if there was anything else that you guys missed. As I said, the Magna Angemon and the Seraphimon. Sorry. Are the ones that you missed as far as collection purposes go, but nothing special. Seraphimon was really cool and got really powerful, but as far as anything like detrimental, his attacks were just like eh.
Keep going. Are you alright? Stay calm.
Ba-dum.
That's how you do it. Way to go.
You can tell who's going to be the powerhouse here of the group so far until they get caught up. There should be a really good training zone though, because at least there's like 5 different things that you can fight at once. I really need to take that headbutt off of, or power charge off of Veemon, because he does not have the MP to warrant using it, and he keeps missing. So I'm gonna do that before the next fight here. Muscle, no, not muscle charge. Buster dive is the attack. Let's just unequip the skill because I don't really have anything better to put on. Ooh, Conductor Lemon. Oh, yeah, the other thing that you missed, ExVeemon was over here, or on the other side, whichever side he was. I didn't realize that I could was able to talk to him at this point in the game, at least with one of the partners I had. So I did end up fighting him and recruiting him. So there is that you missed as well. So one of the downsides of working offline in that context. Boom, boom. Hercules Kabuterimon is really powerful right now. Like, he just says, screw you, and takes down everything, apparently. Or sorry, Mega Kabuterimon, not Hercules Kabuterimon. I'm actually not sure if he evolves into Hercules Kabuterimon or not. And let's see. Craniamon, which is very likely, and Kentarosamon, which would be really cool. But having to get those stats, probably not. We can definitely get the victories and the bonds, but that would be a fight. What is his bond at? $85. So yeah, it's a possibility I could get Kentarosamon, which may be an idea to do if I can. I love the music in Mod Cape. I love the style of music that plays. Let's take him on. Get him. Veemon just distracts him, and then Hercules Kabuterimon comes in like a wrecking ball and just destroys him. I mean, all the poison that he does, the strong damage, it's insane. Alright, we will do a rest for the hour. It's important to keep your Digimon rested. Gotta keep their fatigue down. Two attacks. Come on. I'll take you both on. Generally, it's not recommended to take on more than one at a time, but these ones are unavoidable to take on separately, so it's easier just to take them on together and get the stat increase of one than it is just to avoid them and not. And besides, it makes the training go faster when you have 5 things to just attack. And dead. Do you notice a difference between between training sessions as far as when I had Shoutmon and Angemon versus now, on how much quicker it goes? If you do, that's because Shoutmon, while would have been coincidentally good if I evolved Paildramon to go into Daumon. But I didn't know he had a DNA evolution for him. So if I did, I would have actually been able to make his DNA evolution, which would have actually probably gotten us to where we needed. But it is what it is. Explosion. Should die from poison here. There he goes. Doop, 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 doop. Mariachi music. So relaxing. But yeah, what I'm thinking, at least what happened with the other capture card, I'm not sure if it's just was a faulty capture card or if maybe it just wasn't getting enough power from the USB-C cable. It's very well likely that is the case, because I did use a little bit of a longer USB-C cable, and usually Elgato recommends you use their own. Or it could have just been the capture card itself. While it did work like 80% of the time, it did have its little bit of fault, so it's just very well possible that a fault kicked it in and out. And unfortunately, as you're going to see, or that you have seen on the instance of the first episode of Twilight Princess, you're gonna see that those failures really did prevent me from being able to capture the footage properly, at least in good gameplay. So that is one thing that made me pursue getting a new capture card. I'm gonna go ahead and return back to town and get ready to end the night in town, which is perfect timing because we can now go to the restaurant and get them some good food. Strength training would be good. And is there anything I can get over here? Could get the colorful mushroom soup and get their stats really well, but yeah, I'm going to do that for the Paildramon because he's gonna need the extra life to stay in track with the others. Since they now have boosted strength training, might as well take them to the gym and do this for a few.
Here goes.
Boom, boom. And I'll do one more because they still got the food bonus. Alright, and now it is time to sleep. So, yeah, I think that's a perfect time to end the day here because they're pretty much maxed out on fatigue, or at least comfortable range that I'm okay with going to. Let's go ahead and go back to the restaurant and get them a good first meal of the day. Let's go ahead. Get them that. And they should both be able to take one more. Perfect. How's your business going? Slowly starting to rise. I'm going to need to repair the tent. Go get my agricultural stuff for the day. Colorful meats. It takes 4 days and you only get 1. Not worth it. Research dojo is one place I wanted to go. Show me the progress chart. Veemon is fixed to go into ExVeemon. And I don't know why I didn't. Ooh, he has a very good chance to go into Kentaro-samon. So let's just get that fixed now. We'll get 45 more victories and his health up, and we'll have a Digi Knight on our side. Which is very powerful indeed. We will go ahead and real quick go back into the item shop here to sell off some of the unneeded shit. Best meat can be sold. That can be sold. Bitterling can be sold. Coriander can be sold. Keeping the deep sea essences. Alright. Let's go to the cinder. But before I do that, I think I did get the necessary stuff I need from the builder, so let's see. Damn, I'm 1 short on the ion. Woods on Tuesdays. Nope, I don't need woods. You can go on a real metal hunt. Stones. Alright, so while I'm out, I will look for 1 ion water. That way I can actually get things started. Let's see. The Wastelands. No, Mod Cape. That's where I need to go. Because we're still training our little Veemon up to being big and strong. Take the small detour over here to get the water pickup spot. Fine. That was a good attack on Veemon. Blammo. But yeah, 5,000 to 6,000 is going to be the max on stats that you're able to see me get until in-game. Which even then on in-game, I'm not sure how much I will plan on going through it. I may go through and just 100% it, get all the prosperity stuff, but that can take a while, and a lot of it is just going to be the same rehashed. You see me fight and train a Digimon up, or just run through a Digimon's lifespan to get the next, or to a team that is really good. So I'm not sure how interested you guys would be in actually doing that, but it is what it is. Muscle charge. This will actually be a very decent combination, even though I'm not getting Paildramon from it. For the simple fact of they're both fighting types, so they can just both buff each other with muscle up and whatnot. And it does a lot. Like the stat upgrades, or sorry, the like actual buff and debuffs that you can give enemies, they may not seem like a lot, but they really do make a big difference on if you're going to win or lose. So if you're ever struggling in this game, it is highly recommended to make sure you're investing in your buffs and debuffs. Ding ding ding. And we are continuing to get some really good stat growth. Bum 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 bum. Digi-Deep Water. It does not want to give me the Digi-Ion Water. It is what it is, though. Collecting lots of other material that I will need.
Okay, gather round.
I'm gonna need to get more porta potties soon, or else run the risk of having some training failures. Do 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 do.
Keep your eyes open.
Unfortunately, it is a very large time frame from or a very short time frame in which Mega Paildramon could potentially evolve and ruin any chances of being able to level him up any further. Which is why I'm really trying to push through to hurry up and get Veemon up to 3,000 on his skills. Because, come on, let me fight the dude.
Keep your eyes open.
Because if not, then we definitely run into issues of, again, being stuck behind instances. Yeah. Only a few more, and I think we'll be able to move on to fighting the Paildramons. I probably sound like a broken record, but it is still very fortunate that Mega Paildramon is very, very strong, because it does make this grind process very quick. You see how fast we're just destroying the Siegedramon here. And since there's pretty much 4 battles that we do in and out, that's 100 stats per per encounter, or per screen refresh, so it only takes maybe 10 to 20 times to get to the stats where you need. All the meanwhile, Veemon is getting stronger and stronger to handle his own, which is what we need. We earn that precious money, or bits. Jesus, I mean, look at that. Just absolutely decimate them. And we're gonna have a pony soon that does the same. Although, unfortunately, I think he loses his bio attacks. So, that is a downside of going for Kentarisumon. Is we're gonna lose those nice poison and area of effect attacks. But he gains some access to some pretty cool other items, so I'm not gonna be too mad. Wow. I'm not really timing my OP orders that much, for the simple fact I'm not really using them, so it does me no good. Grand Kuwagamon. That would be an interesting one to have, but I don't really like Kuwagamon. Oh, Veemon is needing juice. There you go, buddy. Alright, 2 more battles, and then we can go over to the just as destructive Wargroundmons. Although I may still grind around here for a little bit past 3,000, just because Wargroundmon is really, really tough. But no doubt we have the stats needed to beat him. Do 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 do. I really need to look up a speed run for this game, because I'd be really curious to see how people handle this game on like the speed aspect of it and training. Because I recently watched like the original Digimon World speedrun for that, and it's crazy to see how optimized they get the days and the movements and everything just planned out to do. I think it'd be really cool to see that on this, but I'm not sure how popular this game is compared to the original or any of the others in the series. I know it's well received, but I don't know exactly how popular it is. I absolutely love almost all the Digimon games that come out. The next Digimon game I may do, if I don't tire myself out, is Cyber Sleuth again. Get the enhanced edition with the extra story content. I think that would be really cool to go through. Although, if I do that, I'm putting it on the easiest freaking difficulty, because that game is a grind fest even more so than this. If you think this is bad, then yeah. Honestly, that's the only difference between the difficulties is it doesn't make fights harder, it just makes it harder to freaking get stats and to digivolve and such. So it means you're doing this a lot further. Yep. Of course they want food.
Come on, eat up. Time to eat. Let's eat.
There. Good there. You needed an MP item. So let's continue to fight. I'm curious to see how big the file size is going to jump up once I finish recording these episodes. Just because when I made the last OBS changes, it like significantly changed how big all the file sizes were, and if 4K does end up blowing up my hard drive, then I may have to invest in a additional hard drive just to have a slight little bit of a, not so much a backup, because once things are open or uploaded, they're pretty much deleted from hard drive, because I don't have any cloud storage or any of those services, nor do I really want to pay for them because I don't get anything out of it. It's not like I'm getting paid to do this, so I'm just doing this for my own enjoyment. So I'm not going to pay for cloud storage, which is just would be maintained for backups. Plus just another wire to deal with. He was literally one hit that whole time. They couldn't get that little bit. I think 2 or 3 more run-throughs of this area, and then we go over to the other area. Bum ba dum bum bum. Really, the 2 most important stats that I'm more concerned with is strength and stamina. Those are the 2 stats that you want to make sure are your absolute highest before moving on to other grind sessions. Strength determines how hard you hit, obviously, and stamina determines how hard you get hit. So obviously you want to make sure you're doing a lot of damage and not taking a lot of damage. In the long run of things, at least. Speed is starting to cap out for him. Seems like strength is still going strong, so we'll see how long that takes to get capped out. Yep. Let's give them both a MP disc to keep them topped off. Lots of praises going on today. Do 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 do. Okay. And one more time. And then you get to see the fun Growlmon portion of the series. Yep, definitely looks like things are starting to top off here, so that is definitely a sign to move on. I definitely like this spot the best, I think, because it's gives you the most bang for your buck, kind of. You have like 4 or 5 enemies to go between per screen, and they just fall really quickly. So if you have a really strong Digi... Oh, hey look, Tamer rank. Let's apply that skill. If I can, at least. Can't get that. That would be good to have. Alright, yeah, let's get this one. Because I really do want to get the absolute focus one, because that will make it so that occasionally my partners just don't use MP. Or at least half the MP. Which is really important. Alright, well, we're still going strong on as far as stats, so I'm gonna just keep pushing the Digimon until I start not getting like the above 20.
Keep your eyes open. Are you all right? All right.
Get him.
Keep your eyes open. Way to go! Stay calm.
So might as well talk about it since nothing else to really talk about. So if you guys follow along with the Crash 4 series, you see in the last episode, that a lot of progress was made. So I think for you guys that would have been yesterday that you would have seen that. So much progress was made on the perfect relic runs. Some of them, as I was saying in that episode, or those that recording for the yesterday, some of them were just like a 1 or 2 and done, and then others were just like a throw myself at it for like 2 hours straight, 2 or 3 hours straight to try to get ahead. And I'm not necessarily doing it to speed up the just not really doing it to speed up how many episodes there are Crash, because we still got a long time for that. But I definitely, if I'm going for the platinum, those have to be getting out of the way if I want to make any sort of feel-good moments with them, because let's just be honest, freaking going through a whole level that takes 3-4 minutes sometimes without dying and making a little mistake at the end, having to go all the way back, is just freaking heartbreaking. Thankfully, most levels have been pretty generous. The one I was really worried about was Toxic Tunnels, and while that did take me at least probably 2.5-3 hours to do, once I got it, it was such a, like, okay, the Platinum Trophy is definitely within the realm of possibility now. Same with the getting the Cortex Castle and those levels out of the way, and Bears repeating, and all those levels. That just pretty much guarantees that the Platinum Trophy will be in sight once all the Platinum Relics are gotten. Because hopefully, what I'm planning on as far as schedule goes down the line with that is that um, that it is only the relics are the last little thing that I have to do, which I should be able to do probably 2, 3, 4 of those per episode, depending on how bad I fail at it.
Ready?
Which, since I've been doing all these levels over, I've gotten more accustomed to actually being pretty decent at some of the levels. So they shouldn't take me too terribly long to do. Let's see here. Talk to you, get my free points. I don't think they're going to be back yet. Nope. Let's go to the business district entrance. But yeah, I feel pretty confident with once all the platinum relics are gotten that will be when the platinum relic is popped, because hopefully by the time frame that those are all going, I'll have off-screen collected all the other gems from the levels that we've missed and done. Which hopefully shouldn't be too much backtracking, but if it does happen that there's like maybe 2 or 3 levels that I haven't done, we just get those done on screen and then show the fun ping of the platinum trophy popping. Definitely gonna buy some of those. I think I'm going to go ahead and just end the day with training here. Just because I don't really want to spend 50k on training equipment, so no.
Be serious.
You can get some health, and you need to get some MP.
Keep getting stronger.
This will at least make it worthwhile, because you don't get a lot of that in the field. Alright, now let's go to the restaurant and top off on the training. Let's see. Udon would be pretty good to give them for the MP. Is there anything HP wise? No? Alright, yeah, let's go give them Udon. And then go ahead and give them some colorful mushroom soup. And back to the training center. Training hall.
Here goes.
You and HP, you and MP, and go. I'm trying to push his HP threshold over the Kentaro Suman. Yep, which should be in a little bit.
Don't hold back.
Perfect. And now I can bump you back over to HP. Yep, darn. one more training session. Sleep. Scold.
Hey. Good night.
I have a feeling in the morning Veemon's going to evolve. Nope. Alright. Well, let's go to the restaurant. They're gonna get some fine food. This is a other good reason of why it's been nice to grind the stats and everything of the Digimon is because I'm so well off with food with money right now that I can just go ahead and do this without really a care in the world. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this one. Until then. And if we go into... I want to go to the dojo real quick. I wanted to check to see how far along his progress is. Alright, it is a guaranteed fix that we should get Kentaro Summon on our team after a few more days of training. With that, let's see. Go ahead, go to Descender. And we will continue on with our training of other places. I need to go to the hinterland. And that's where we can cycle between the screens and fight these guys. Hopefully. I'm hoping that everything happens here, but it definitely looks like this is going to be a little bit of a slowdown. But hey. Yep. You need to get a HP. Come on. Should have done this earlier. I forgot that they were at the stats there. And yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Hercules Kabuterimon is pretty much maxed out within the stats that he can get. Well, not really maxed out, but he's in ultimate form, so he's not gonna really benefit from this training. Which is one of the reasons that I was sad to have him evolve. You can't really stop it in this game, unfortunately. But Veemon has plenty of days to get trained up. So he should be at least able to get plenty of strong. And at the very least, we should eventually be able to take on the Battle Tower section of the story quest. Once I get a Veemon evolved into a champion, I think we'll try to tackle that on. Digimon, where a rookie and an ultimate can beat up an ultimate. But no, the nice thing about this transition here is there's a Paildramon on the side of this transition that you can do. So you get the 3 there and then the 1 here. And then this one's a little bit weaker, so he tends to die a little bit quicker, but still gives about the same amount of stats. And it makes it really good. Except for, you know, the occasional having to heal Veemon up because he still doesn't have very much HP. And they still hit like trucks. Where was the water collection spot on this map? I'm gonna run around real quick and collect that before going over to the other side. Yeah. Yep. Well, he's gonna get decimated. Yeah, that wasn't too bad on stats for the rookie. Do. Anyway, back to this. So this will be done until, as I said, roughly once the like 5,000, 6,000 stat threshold is reached, because that's all that we really have access to at this point. I really wish that we could go to 9,999, because that would make the baby forms have like super stats. But it is what it is. Generally, you get like 14 to 15% of the training done. So that generally equals out to about 15k in stats or more, depending if the depending on what the digi egg is strengthened in, if it's a well balanced or if it has a stat that says that it'll be better in HP or strength or wisdom. It gets a little bonus to the stat regrowth there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here, because this episode is getting a little bit long. Let's finish off this Paildramon here. And we'll continue off with the training in the next episode, and probably also make it through a good chunk of the story as well, because I don't see this team being having too much of a problem now. So thanks for watching, guys. Until then, stay tuned. Bye-bye.